listen to our favorite country song. I'm holding on to all that's lost. But girl, you know you were my world. I try to keep it all inside, but as these tears fill up my eyes, my emotions start to swirl. And I know it won't be long that you'll soon be moving on to be somebody else's girl. So there goes my everything, and there goes her diamond ring, and there goes our wedding vows. Can we fix this? Tell me how. And there goes the dreams we had, and so much for good or bad. And there goes her wedding ring, but now she flushed it down the drain. So there goes my everything. Well, I'm waiting by the telephone, I'm still waiting for your call, but it doesn't come at all. Should've known it from the start that you're gonna break my heart, 'cause you're just that type of girl. So I'm singing songs just from our past. I should've known that this wouldn't last, but I can't blame it all on her, no. So there goes my everything, there goes her diamond ring, there goes our wedding vows. Can we fix this? Tell me how. And there goes the dreams we had, and so much for good or bad. And there goes her wedding ring, but now she flushed it down the drain. So there goes my everything. So there goes my everything, there goes her diamond ring, there goes our wedding vows. Can we fix this? Tell me how. And there goes the dreams we had, and so much for good or bad. And there goes her wedding ring, and now she flushed it down the drain. So there goes my everything. So there goes my everything.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to It Matters Radio. This is Monica Brinkman. And if you've been here before, you know that I host, along with Carrie Hall, our special Sunday musical guest interviews. And boy, today we have a treat, because Kenneth Ween has decided he's going to join us today. And it's quite a
I love
pleasure.
some good country music, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, country rock, huh?
Yeah.
From the rock.
Carrie, would you please introduce our guest today?
I would love to. First of all, I just want to say hi, Ken. Been a while. Glad to see you. We have the wonderful Stephen B. Lawrence. He hails from. Hi, Stephen. He hails from Newfoundland, Labrador, Canadian singer, songwriter, and they are noting these days that he could be the premier new country music artist. So welcome to the show, Stephen, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, guys.
So, Stephen, I want to go back a little bit to your early days. What started you doing the music that you do?
Well, I'm guessing for the country part of it, growing up in Newfoundland, we have local radio stations at the time, and it's a mixture of music, and most of it is, a mix of country, old country. You had your Merle Haggards and your Kenny Rogers and everything else like that playing. And, my mother had Kenny Rogers records, and as I said before to other people, she used to actually lay me down between two speakers because I was a bit of a hard to handle child, and she put me down, laid me down between two speakers, and put the Kenny Rogers records on just to soothe me. And that's the only way to get me to go to sleep. And being the youngest of 5 boys, I'm guessing she needed that break.
So she put you between the speakers instead of rocking you to sleep, huh?
Yeah. I'm guessing she needed a little bit of a break.
So when did you first pick up your guitar?
I had my first guitar when I was quite young. It was given to me by a family friend. I was very tiny, so I never had the opportunity really to learn how to play. I was only about 7 or 8 years old. And that guitar actually ended up over one of my brother's head. By my father carrying it on, actually. And all I remember is my father doing this, carrying on, and then hearing a doing, and that guitar was toast. So I never really got to learn too much then. Then I was in my late teens that I started picking up bass guitar. And the reason behind that was basically because I wanted to meet girls. It did help.
That's a good reason for a young man.
Yes, and it did help quite a bit, actually.
Great. Now, you have been on the music scene since 1993, and something kind of magical happened this year. You signed up with World Music Stage. So let's talk a little bit about how that happened for you.
Well, I got introduced to World Music Stage Records through another group, Rosner Management Services, and they informed us that we can talk to this guy about publishing. So I contacted Grant about publishing only, really. That's all I contacted him for. And he listened to my music, and he said that he not only wanted to do a publishing agreement, he wanted to do a 360 all-around deal with me. Management.
Yeah.
So I was like, kind of brought back a little bit. I was like, wow. I didn't think it was going to happen at 43 years old because I've been at it for so long. And, it gets a little, you get kind of lose that faith that it's ever going to happen for you. So when it did actually happen, I was quite shocked, but over happy right now, for sure.
Grant's really picky about who he asked to come aboard with him. So I would take that as a huge compliment. And in fact, I remember when Ken and we actually interviewed Grant at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice man.
Yeah.
I trust him.
We have a lot of very long calls together.
So
yeah,
that must be amazing for you, though, Stephen, because that's 25 years. And since you've been in the indie music business so long, what changes have you seen, and what changes would you like to see?
Well, back 20 years ago when you signed with a record label, it was a lot different than what it is this day and age.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually at a party there last weekend, and there was a lot of people congratulating me because it's all over Facebook now. And a girl actually asked me, so did you get a great big check when you signed? I wish.
Yeah, it's like the old days of authors. You don't get that big check up front anymore. No.
But Grant, want to give me one? I'll take it.
And I bet you give him one too.
Yeah.
So, you've done a lot of venues. Is there any special venue that you really enjoy playing at?
Well, actually, I've played a lot of local clubs and bars, and I did quite a few festivals over the years. But I gotta say, probably my favorite spot to play is a small town just outside Gander, about 45 minutes outside Gander. It's called Musgrave Harbor. And the place is called the Muddy Shag. I've been playing there for 20-something years, almost religiously, at least once a year. There was times when I used to be out there every 6 weeks. And, they're this very friendly bunch, and they greet you with open arms.
Well, they must love you.
We stay at the owner's mother's house. They just puts us up in her house. If she's there, you wake up to a breakfast big enough that, she cooks enough for an army.
Sure she's not Italian?
Yeah.
Being from Newfoundland, that's the type of reception you get usually from the small outports and stuff like that. And the beaches out there, if you ever get the opportunity, the beaches in Musgrave Harbor and Lumsden, you would swear you're in Florida, but about 20 degrees less.
I would like Newfoundland much better, I think.
Absolutely.
Water is cold.
Water's cold, but the sand is beautiful.
Yes, yeah. You'd swear
Absolutely.
Sandy beaches, amazing.
So, in the summer of 2016, you released a EP, and I believe the title is called Make You Believe. Talk a little bit about the process of coming together with that EP.
Well, that EP, I started recording that one, I believe it was in January of 2016. I released the first single off that one in February to go along with the opening of the CBC Searchlight competition. And that's the song Far From Where You Are was actually listed as a regional finalist here in Newfoundland for that year. And then I released the EP in June 30th. On June 30th, actually, is what it was. And, it took about 3 months to get the thing mixed and mastered and all that kind of stuff. And then that EP was actually nominated for the Music NL Country Recording of the Year as well. So
that's outstanding. All of that at one time.
I didn't win but I did get nominated, and that that's a step in the right direction.
Well, they have quite a few contestants, don't they?
Yes.
Well, there was only 3 of us who actually got nominated for the award. So,
wow.
But it was a huge honor, and it just got my name out there one more step. Right? And it's all about baby steps in the music industry. You start locally, and then you build regionally, and then you across the country, and then you go, well, right now it's we're moving into the States, so which is huge, and then it's the world, right?
When are they planning on coming into the States? Is it next year sometime or the year after? Or?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that we're going to get the opportunity to get a radio tour going. And, I would love to hook up with and open for other artists. It would be a great opportunity to spread the music and the word. And if they understand my Newfoundlandese, that's what we call our talk down here is Newfoundlandese.
I didn't know that.
Right.
I bet Ken knew that, though.
Well, I've always used the term Newfie as a kind of heard of it as kind of a slur. So I always kind of just play a little safe when it comes to Newfoundland.
No, I'm okay with it, but there's people out there who think that's a bit of derogatory term. But
no, I do use it for one other thing, though. One positive thing: the dogs.
The what?
The dogs, the Newfoundland dogs.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Newfoundland dogs.
They're called Newfies with affection. So I'm curious, you said you'd like to open for somebody, and I was just curious, who would be the dream act for you to open for?
I got to tell you, Kenny Rogers is probably one of my biggest idols for me. And, from that early age of my mother soothing me from having his music on, and then I never got an opportunity to see him when he was here when I was like 9, and I even cut out the little picture on the back of the record so I can get him to sign it when I was 9. And my parents couldn't afford a ticket. So last year, my girlfriend bought me a ticket. He was back in Newfoundland again last year, bought me a ticket to go see him play. And I had tears in my eyes when I was watching him play, I must say.
Before we take a break, and I know we do need to hear some of your music, I have to ask you,
Yes.
when Kenny Rogers started to sing last year, when you went to his show, did you fall asleep the way you used to for your mom? No. I'm glad to hear it.
No, I didn't fall asleep. It's a good thing, too, because they used to put me in the car and make me fall asleep as well. And I could drive now without falling asleep. That's a good thing.
Well, Kenny will be glad to hear that.
Okay, we're going to be right back, huh?
Remember the night we fell in love. You were watching me dance in the bed of my truck. You're laughing at me and my silly Jimmy moves. The moment was right, I knew that much. You made the first move with your magic touch. You had me craving for more of your sweet love. I don't wanna live without you. I can stand to be without your love. Girl, you know how much you mean to me. Gonna make you believe in me, way that I believe in you. I'm gonna keep your trust and make you believe. All it took. I confessed my love, and then I was hooked. Constantly thinking about you, thinking about me. But I don't wanna live without you. I can't stand to be without your love. And girl, you know what you mean to me. Gonna make you believe in me, way that I believe in you. I'm gonna keep your trust and make you believe in us. Girl, you know you had me instantly. I'm gonna make you believe in me, way that I believe in you. I'm gonna keep your trust and make you believe. Gonna make you believe in me, way that I believe in you. I'm gonna keep your trust and make you believe in love. Her eyes are rarely quiet, but she hardly says a word. How he held her captive, she was a prisoner in his world. He left the door wide open, and he gave her a chance to run, taking cover in her freedom. Ere he turned to her lungs, she learned to breathe again. It's been so long that she can remember again, and breathe again. She cannot but pull back when he reaches for her hand. He's everything she wanted, he does his best to understand. She is slightly damaged from her time spent in that cage. She held out for freedom, she decides to turn that page, and she will breathe again. It's been so long that she can't remember when she could spread her arms and dance outside the fire and follow her own desires and feel the autumn breeze against her skin and breathe again. He'll never leave you, hurt or deceive you. He'll never let you down. And if you fall to pieces, he'll be there to reach you before you hit the ground. She learned to breathe again. It's been so long she can't remember when she could spread her arms and dance outside the fire and follow her own desires and feel the autumn breeze against her skin and breathe again and breathe again.
Welcome back, everybody, to It Matters Radio. We are talking to the wonderful Stephen B. Lawrence, country western artist, and noted in a few bios, premier country music artist. What do you feel about that title?
Yeah, it's actually shocks me because I actually had a few friends over last night. And we had a few drinks and celebrating, you know, a lot going on here lately. And, you know, I was outside talking, barbecuing with one of my co-writers, Kelly Rose, and he was saying, "How do you feel?" I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I said, it hasn't sank in yet what's going on here. I'm pretty sure it will, but, you know, it's just kind of unbelievable right now for me because it's, you know, when I hear something like that, I'm like, wow, me? No. I don't need
you're so humble.
That's amazing.
Aren't you going on tour though with the
yeah, I do.
When is that going to start?
The Rise Up TV tour. I'm going to be a part of the eastern leg of the Rise Up TV tour. That's in May 28th. I have to be in Windsor, Ontario, and then we go to Peterborough, London, Niagara Falls, Toronto, and we end in Montreal.
Wow. That's
going to be filmed for TV. They're actually putting me on TV. I don't know if that's such a good idea. But, you know, they're putting me on TV and they're actually highlighting my music for an episode and where I'm from. So that's going to be quite exciting as well.
Wow, that's what a compliment. Because I know there's many, many people, artists on that tour. So for you to be chosen as the one, that's quite an honor.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations there.
Thank you.
It's amazing. So going back to your EP quickly, is there a favorite song you had? Because there's so many great songs on that EP.
Make You Believe. Basically, the title of the album, my favorite song. I gotta say, that song came out almost exactly the way I heard it when I was writing. And when you get that, then it's magic to your ears for you, right? Because you're actually hearing what you heard when you were writing it. I came up with the riff on the way home from college. I went back to college at 40 years old because I wasn't a rock star at 40. So I went back and trained myself to become a safety officer. And I was coming home from school one day and I heard the intro guitar in my head. So I got home right away and I picked up the guitar and I started playing and I started writing. And then actually I wrote Far From Where You Are, the first part of Far From Where You Are, at the same time because I was trying to figure out a bridge for Make You Believe. And I said, no, this is a total new song. So within 15, 20 minutes, I had the beginning of Make You Believe and Far From Where You Are written. So I know that was...
That's when
pretty
you knew you weren't giving up on your music after all, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I was like, okay, now I got to go to the studio and record this. So, when Make You Believe was even in the mixing stages, I was like, oh, this is a song that, it connects with me. So, and I hope it connects with everybody else as well.
Oh, I think it has already.
Yeah.
Just in case, let's make sure people know where they can get a hold of it. Like,
okay, yeah.
How do they get your music?
My music is available right now on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and all the other major and online sources.
Mm-hmm.
You also check me out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. What's it called? Bands in Town. I have a page on there now since I've been hooked up with World Stage Music. They hooked me up with a page with them, and they're advertising all my shows on there.
Cool.
So
Bands in Town is a great resource. It is. Are you on Patreon?
yes, I am. Yeah, I'm on Patreon as well.
Because I think that's a good place to tell people about, so they can go on there and be supportive of you.
Yeah, it's a great resource.
Yes, yeah, it is.
Yes.
It helps the artists as well, and you get little sneak peeks, little private videos for patrons.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely, where they won't see those other places just by being a supporter.
I'm working on
Do
that
you have a
page.
specific page on there on Patreon that people can go to?
Stephen B. Lawrence.
Okay.
Stephen B. as in Brian Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tell them how you spell Stephen, though, because I know they'll spell it wrong.
Stephen.
That's right.
Yeah, not one of those V's, one of those PH.
Yes.
Stephen.
Stephen.
Yeah.
I have to say, Stephen, I also love your hat. Don't you also have like an outlet where they can go to pick up a hat or a T-shirt from you?
Yeah, StephenBLawrence.ca. It's on my Shopify page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you
I
guys
love
trying to
the
get
hat.
Stephen B. Lawrence is trying to get the .coms and .cas and everything else.
Cool.
So, Stephen, are you going to be having a new release or a new EP release maybe the end of the year, or
End of
is that
this
still in
month.
the works?
End of this month. Actually, it's supposed to be released the 31st of August. I have a new 6-song EP coming out. And then I'll be having one single release per month. And that's all part of the publishing deal there. So, it's going to be a lot of work. But, hey, when you're a musician, you get to write and record. That's what you do it for.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have have you been writing a lot of songs over the years, and you have some that you can fall back on? Because that's a lot of music each month.
There's times I can write 2 songs in one day. And sometimes it's 2 songs in 15 minutes. You don't know. Then there's other times you might not write 3 months because your brain is just in that mode. Right?
That's when you take a 6-pack and go down to that beach and just sit there on the sand and talk to the seagulls for a bit.
Exactly.
So, Stephen, what does Stephen B. Lawrence like to do for fun?
Well, I already mentioned it a little while ago, having friends over and picking up the acoustic guitar and just jamming in the living room. That's what I call fun. That's my fun. When I was living in Alberta, I was actually doing a bit of racing and quarter miles and eighth miles and shootouts and stuff like that. And at the time, I wasn't so active in music, but I had a lot of fun racing as well. And I'm hoping to be able to get back doing that again in the future as well. That was a smell of burning tires and gasoline. Can't beat it.
There you go. Absolutely, absolutely. So let your viewers know where you're going to be performing in the next few months. We know you're going to be touring, etc. Are you going to be playing at any venues the next few weeks?
The next few weeks, yeah. Actually, I just did a solo show Friday past in a small town called South Dildo. I did a little solo acoustic show. I'm going to be in Gander on October 13th and 14th with the band. And we're going to be playing songs off the Make You Believe EP and the new EP, Country from the Rock, that one's called. And then a bunch of hits from the last 4 decades, country, rock, classic rock. I'm a big Billy Idol fan too, so you gotta do at least one Billy Idol song per set, right?
Were you doing country rock when it wasn't even popular?
Yeah.
Yeah, you stayed true to what you loved. And now everybody loves that.
One of the first songs, the first songs I ever actually sat down to learn how to sing was Alan Jackson, Mercury Blues, and Dwight Yoakam, Fast as You. And that wasn't cool back in the 90s.
No.
But no, it's what appealed to me. And it was hard to find people to actually play country. I was living in Alberta for 7 years, and I was in a rock band. Mm-hmm. So it was hard to find people to play country. But I stuck to it, and I said, no, this is what I write. I'm going to record EP. I'm going to get a full album out. I'm going to get out there and see if I can actually make this work. And I'm glad I stuck to my guns, because it's starting to finally do something.
The one thing about country music, and I think as an author, Ken and Carrie and myself, we really appreciate it, is they're kind of like little flash fictions, because you tell a story.
Yeah.
Yep. It's one of the reasons I like country. Tells a story.
It's not just noise, you know.
Yeah.
There's actually meaning to the music and to the lyrics. So I think people were tired of all that other stuff that was out for a while, and they're getting back to, something that's a little bit more meaningful.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you stuck to it.
Yeah.
So, Stephen, what advice would you give to any other young country artists out there that are trying to come up in the world?
Stick to it. My son's a rapper. He's a rapper. He's 19 years old, and him and his buddies are always recording stuff. I just say stick to it. Keep to what makes you happy. Relate how you feel. My daughter's 17, and she's a great singer as well. She's actually a better singer than I am. So, she's not into the writing process yet, but I know for a fact that when she does, she's going to go somewhere with it. And, I always tell people, just stick to it, even if it's at small stages, small venues. Get out there, perfect it, get your act polished a bit, and then maybe hopefully, fingers crossed, that something happens. Now, I'm still in that hoping something's going to happen stage myself, so...
and the whole thing is, you're doing something that you love, and they would be too. So
yes, definitely, yeah.
Stephen, I just want to thank you so much for coming back and doing this interview with us. We're so appreciative. We are just a little plug. It Matters Radio is on 6 days a week, 7 p.m. Eastern, with our special show on Sundays. And if you have any music, and also we have an October Halloween show coming up. So, Stephen, if you can submit a song or even whatever you'd like, Monica, tell them a little bit more about that.
Yeah, you've got anything. Actually, Ken, why didn't you let them know about that?
Yeah, well, what we're looking for, folks, is poetry, flash fiction, and, of course, music. Anything celebrating Halloween. It can be new material or something that you've used before. You can do it, just send us a video or YouTube, or if you can send us for spoken word, not for music, folks, I don't sing, but if you send a spoken word, one of us will read it for you, or if you prefer, you can contact us and we'll set up a little recording time for you so that you can read it yourselves. But most importantly, what we want is your love of Halloween because, of course, it's the Ween family holiday, right?
Ah.
The Ween family for Halloween. I know. So, Stephen, you have to dig something up. I know you've got something funny or scary.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I have a good something up for you. Yeah.
So we'll
We have a deadline. We want the stories and songs in by October 10th, just
Yes,
for everybody's
please.
information.
Please.
It's very important we get everything in. Thank you, Stephen, so much. I am so in love with your music, and I think you have a great future ahead of you. And we are just so grateful to have you join us. Yes, absolutely. We got our fingers crossed. Absolutely.
If Punky was here, she would have her paws all crossed.
Absolutely.
She would.
Okay,
So-
Stephen, thank you so much.
Thank you, Stephen.
I can't wait to see what's ahead, and you keep in touch with us and let us
Yes.
know. You promise?
I promise, definitely.
Okay, take care, and we're going to hear a little bit more music. Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
He walked out the door just like he had before. But this time she knew he wouldn't be back anymore. So loyal and true she had been all those years. His lying and cheating got too many tears. And now she's free to ask please, no longer care. From down on her knees she may be broken, that satellite is in. Now she's taking a town to learn to love again, love again. Middle of the night, she lies in her bed, the years of abuse still lodged in her head. But her heart is longing for something so true, and finally a love that she never knew. And now she's free to ask please, no longer care. From down on her knees she may be broken, that satellite is in. Now she's taking a town to learn to love